Well, good morning, everyone. It's January 6th, 2025, and it is the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Happy New Year, Bev!
Happy New Year, Paul.
Hard to believe it's already been almost a week.
What?
It's like, woo, it's already
Wow.
whizzing by.
I know it
So
already.
we hope your new year is starting off grand and let us know if it is in your comments or what it is you are doing with your new year because we're going to let you know what we're doing with ours, and that is why now is the question. The question for 2025, why now? And we'll get
Because
to
it's
that.
2025.
Yeah. And we'll get to that in a minute, but we have a favorite thing we're going to do this year until we stop getting anybody that wants to be in the middle of our dream catcher. And so we do have this dream catcher. We've showed you the picture before. And we want to let you know that this week we are having in the center our lovely Lorraine. And Lorraine, we put her in the middle, and we did ask her. And what happens is we put someone in the middle, and they can get all the juju that comes from being in the middle of the dream catcher. And Lorraine is what's the inspiration
Yeah,
behind it?
she's the creator,
The
actually. You
inspiration
came to
and
her, yeah.
creator. But she got a bunch of people together with her, and hopefully here in a few weeks we'll have her talk a little bit about it,
Yeah.
at least how it started, why it started, and maybe some of the significant things that are on that dream catcher from around the country and I think some things around the world.
Yeah.
So Lorraine, we are with you. We love you. Thank you for being the first one on our dream catcher. If you would like to be in the dream catcher, send us your name with a picture. And it can be someone that you love or respect or asking for healing work.
Yep.
We can put them in the middle too. Just send us a picture and their name. And where you live on the planet. Lorraine
Where
is here
you,
locally. She actually helps
yeah.
us here at the center too. So,
Right.
yeah.
And speaking of that, it's not just being in the center of the dream catcher. It's in the center of a dream catcher that's hanging on a wall in the headquarters
Right.
of International Foundation of Biomagnetics, and there's so much love and healing that happens in that center. So you're actually part of that, and
Right.
symbolically, your picture in the center. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
come on.
it's a great little thing we're starting again, and people just love walking by that dream catcher. They
Um,
get the juju, they get the juice from it.
it's
So
beautiful.
so
Yeah.
let's talk about why. Why now? Why is it important to begin using BioTouch now? Past 35 years, not been
Yes.
important,
I
but
haven't been
now is
using.
important.
Well, it's like anything worthwhile and something that changes is here for to change something. It takes time. A seed gets planted, and the seed was planted with Norman back in the early 70s, right? That
Yeah.
was a very interesting time for that to happen. So that was very strategic. And then you come along and it's your purpose, it's your agenda to begin to bring this into the consciousness of humanity eventually. Why now? Because and we've talked about, we are at a literal crisis point, crossroads
Yeah.
in humanity. Is the whole planet is shaken and breaking apart, and so are we. And so why now? Because people are waking up
Yes, that's it.
to a higher message. We are connected, is the language that is being spoken. We are connected. We're interconnected. We are more than we ever dreamed we could be. We are love. Our nature is to serve, to care for each other. So that is beginning to crack open. Well, this is the message of BioTouch. Okay. It is the message of, with that light, non invasive touch of love, it begins to change things.
Yeah.
It's time for us to embrace something that will bridge between what's not working for us and where we really want to be. BioTouch can do that. Why? Because this journey of self-awareness. It's we were talking earlier, it's not this magic bullet out there, but it is an eye opener. It's a awakening when your body begins to respond physically, which is why BioTouch is so important. It meets the body where it is. And then things begin to, all those other parts of ourselves begin to respond as well. This is an amazing process that BioTouch is here to help us all with, to awaken us.
Yeah, and it's just fitting in with it. I think, as you said, we're waking up. Things have gotten, in a sense, so dark or down or confusing or anxious, all those kinds of terms. Like if we just go to the healthcare system, we've had some recent things happening with awakening to this system it's stuck. Technologically, it's highly advanced. I mean, when I looked at doing my radiation, I mean, the technology they have and the 3D imaging and the more precision-oriented radiations and operations they can do, the technology even for the medications. And like you said, it's not about denying this technology, but it's missing as it enhances technology-wise, it sort of misses the humanity part. And that's even beginning to awaken. We have here in Arizona the School of Integrative Medicine that Andy Weil started, and so it's slow in happening. And I know doctors are starting to; these young doctors are starting to be exposed to these new kinds of ideas, and so we can only hope. And you can only hope that they're sort of waking up, going, "Whoa, this is crazy," because they're starting to see it. Our grandson's fiance is becoming a doctor. And she's like already frustrated that, oh my God, I can't give this medication because the insurance company won't or this person needs it. And she's starting to feel the pain of being in the system, but also looking for ways to be more empathetic and compassionate with her patients.
Yes.
So
when you're limited, when you feel limited, right?
Yeah,
you just, especially if you're innately a healer, I'll use that word, wanting to step in and help others. And then coming up, this young generation coming up against an archaic, materialistic based system, that the humanity part of it is not very present.
When you talked about innate healers, I remember, it was decades ago, I was at a presentation with the Hawaii Nurses Association, and the doctor from Maui got up there, and he was barefooted, and I was like, well, I'd like to go barefoot too, but I don't have an MD after my name. I'm just Paul. And anyhow, he was great because he said, you, the medical system, the doctors, the nurses, you are the modern day healers, and you need to learn to take responsibility for that with love and compassion.
Oh gosh, that from what I'm hearing from a lot of people, that's missing. They're not teaching that. There's no way you can teach somebody how to care about another human being, right?
Well, and that's why Dr. Stevenson and Dr. McKenzie, Gary Schwartz even, loved BioTouch. It was a way to bring into, as you talked about earlier, to integrate into that healthcare system a true expression and application of love.
Yes, that's why now. This is why BioTouch is so incredibly important now. It's always been important. But like I said, certain seeds have to be planted. We have to, cultivate and water and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? It's time. 2025. It is time for this foundation to step up a little bit more and continue getting its vision out there, which is meant for every single one of us. It's timeless, it's universal in its concept. And to do what we can to make BioTouch accessible to everyone
Yes.
because it is important. It is one of those crucial elements that humanity is going to need as we make this transition. And so, we've got our work cut out for us, the board and those of us who are on the staff and amazing certified practitioners and practitioners all over the world.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got that
Everybody's
web
stepping
already
up.
in place. Yeah,
Yeah,
we just have,
everybody's stepping up. We got Michaela. She's got 6 people want to get certified in Germany.
oh man,
We have those 2 ladies in Singapore. We have Hala in Egypt, and just people around the world wanting to
yeah,
share this now.
absolutely.
And I think you talked about the mission, in our mission statement, taking responsibility for our own health care. So what we have seen with
Yeah,
BioTouch, as the system is changing and waking up, is BioTouch, with that self-awareness you talked about, wakes us up to what is this body going through?
yeah,
And beginning to listen to what it needs and to have the courage to work with our medical practitioners or our alternative therapists or our massage therapists or our chiropractor. It doesn't matter.
right.
We start to know our body, know what it needs, and then seek for what it needs. And then we seem to find it.
See,
It
that's a
shows
really
up.
important element I think that has been missing for many, many people because that we especially the older they've been born into and become a product of a system that has a life of its own. And unfortunately, what has happened for many people is they have, if they ever did have, they've lost a concept that this is their bodies, that this is happening from within them, and they are the amazing healer of their bodies, not a doctor. He may have some education, he can facilitate, he can help, or she can help, but that body does not belong to them. It is your work. And BioTouch, the reason it's so powerful and why we keep talking about self-awareness is that when your body gets that soft, loving touch, it begins to awaken the body into a realization that, oh, this is mine. This is me. I am responsible. This is what has been allowed to happen. This is why I say BioTouch is cutting edge at this time. It's so simple. How can something so simple and loving be cutting edge? Because it totally goes against the grain of what we've been programmed to believe about our bodies, about health and healing. It goes totally against it. It's time we reverse that wheel. Okay, all of us.
Yeah.
And so this is our message going into this amazing year. Boy, is it going to be an amazing year. And BioTouch is right there where it needs to be right now.
Well, and when we say why now, it just takes me when you were talking, I'm like, well, because that's all there is. I mean, it's not about what we've done in the past 35 years or
Nope.
what we project it to be, and we're always changing and growing in our presentation,
Right.
because that's why we do this show every week. It's now Monday.
Now.
And we might say the same thing every moment, every Monday, but something, even every time we say it, it still seems new to me. It seems refreshing. It seems
Oh,
hopeful and
yeah.
energizing. And
And unlimited possibilities,
right, right.
you know?
So
It awakens us.
we
Yeah.
hope that this energy and this hopefulness is getting across to you. And we're just here to help you in the now. Learn BioTouch. It's something that you can do. It's something you can do, especially with your family, your friends. In a crisis situation, you don't feel helpless or hopeless. It's something you can do while if they happen to be in ICU or they're having a medical emergency, or they might just have a flu or a cold and just feel terrible. BioTouch is something you can do. Do your medications, do your elderberry, do your zinc or your golden seal, whatever, but add a little touch.
Yeah, boy, you're walking around the planet with a tool, really a loving tool that at any time, any place, you can help someone. What?
Right.
Okay? With nothing, no agenda, no complicated ego stuff. That fellow human being is in pain or suffering or stressed out. And guess what? I can help. We are here to serve each other. What a great way to serve another human being by giving them that loving touch on their body.
And another thing that we have for you professional healthcare practitioners, massage therapists, nurses, counselors, coaches, whatever you want to call yourself, BioTouch can be so incorporated into your practice. And it doesn't have to take away from your practice. It can only enhance it because it is something that you can then give to your clients that they can go home and use while they're still seeing you. Or you can have a loved one come in to teach. You might be working with someone that has a neck issue. Teach them how. I just had this elder couple come in. This woman fell, broke a 93-year-old woman, fractured a little bit in here. She's very much into these meditations and stuff. Very cool couple. Brings her husband comes, and they heard about it from a guy who took our classes. Oh, I don't know, it must be 30 years ago. And so they come in. And all I had to do was just do the greeting, do some metabolism, taught him how to do it. He went home, practiced, came back a second time to get a little refresher, and they felt confident in doing it. So in the now, they could use it. And so they'll pass, and they've been passing it on already to their family and friends. So it's easy to learn. Yep.
That's it. That's
easy to learn, easy to pass on. Go to our website, justtouch.com. Take some of our trainings if you want to. We do have another class coming up here on the 14th. That's a Tuesday from 9 to 4:30. It's a virtual one, live virtual. So anybody around the world can take that. We also have a health condition workshop coming up on January 23rd on addiction recovery. How can you use BioTouch for addiction recovery? And we have Michael Alyssa Smotherman, who is going to do a presentation. She works at a drug rehab community here in town, a methadone treatment facility also. And I think that'll be a great,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, because on one sense, we're all addicted to something. So I know I'm addicted to life. So it's like,
I'm addicted to breathing.
Yeah, right. Eating, all these things we think we need to live. But anyhow, that's why BioTouch is here. It's fun, easy to learn, simple to pass on. Please make it part of your now. Don't make it a resolution. Don't say, oh, I'm going to get around to it. Oh, well, when they do this. Do it now. Download our free 10 pages. Just learn the greeting, and you'll start a healing process. That's how simple it is.
Yes, that's a fact.
And we're here every now, which is a Monday. So make your Mondays your now, and if you can't make it on Monday now, just watch the replay. Also, we have Mary out there in Nigeria who's making little 1 minute, 1.5 minute clips. So if you can't handle 15 or 20 minutes, just watch 1 minute. Anything, just put it into that brain. Oh, there's something I can do. Yeah, plant the seed. And we'll help you water it. Thanks, Bev.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your into action.